Earth's night sky tore apart with fire. A blinding light streaked over the Pacific, and before anyone could scream, a wave of energy slammed into the orbital defense grid. Alarms screamed across every command center, a shrill reminder that humanity had finally been noticed. Captain Marcus Vey slammed his fist against the console, fingers white from the force. "Status," he barked. His voice was calm, but inside, adrenaline roared like a hurricane. The screen flickered. Red warnings blinked in frantic rhythm. "Multiple orbital nodes offline, sir. We've lost half the defense satellites." Lieutenant Kira Hahn shouted, her voice sharp but steady. Her hands danced over the control panel, rerouting power, calculating odds. Marcus didn't hesitate. Decisions had to be made in seconds or billions of lives would vanish. He gritted his teeth and hit a sequence on the console. "Activate countermeasures. Fire everything we have left at the incoming object." A moment later, the fleet's weapons launched, tracer streaks arcing toward the sky, but the enemy vessel didn't react. It floated silently, impossibly still, a dark silhouette against the flames of Earth's shattered orbit. And then, impossibly, it shimmered. A creature appeared. Not a ship, not metal, but something alive, or alive enough to feel like it. A wave of iridescent light twisted and swirled around it, bending reality in a way Marcus couldn't explain. It hovered near the alien ship, almost as if inspecting it. The sensors went haywire. The defense grid, which had been firing blindly, suddenly froze, weapons locked in mid-sequence. Marcus stared. "What the?" A voice or a thought pierced his mind. "You are not ready, yet." His breath caught. Kira blinked beside him. "Did you hear that?" "I think so." Marcus's mind raced. This wasn't an enemy attack. Not entirely. Something else was here watching, testing. The alien vessel suddenly pulsed. Energy flared outward, ripping through the remaining satellites. Earth's sky shimmered with auroras of destruction. Marcus gritted his teeth. He had seconds to act. Evacuate the command modules. Launch emergency shields around the cities. Kira nodded, fingers flying. Shields online. Partial coverage only, but it should hold. Before she could finish, a fragment of debris slammed into the communication tower, severing half the network. Sparks rained down, filling the command center with acrid smoke. Marcus ducked, heart hammering. Every second was life or death. "Sir, reports from the colonies," a junior officer shouted. "Outer colonies are under attack. Simultaneous strikes across 3 continents." Marcus froze for half a heartbeat. Humanity was under full-scale assault, yet the inner cities remained untouched. What? Was this a warning? A test? He didn't have time to answer. He had to act. "Listen carefully," he barked. "We're not just defending, this is a diversion. We regroup, we counterstrike. Track the energy patterns, it's not random. Find its source." Kira's eyes widened. "You mean, the creature?" Marcus didn't answer. His mind raced. That thing in orbit wasn't just strange, it was intelligent. And if it was intelligent, maybe it could be reasoned with, maybe manipulated. Maybe it could give them a chance to survive. Suddenly, the energy creature twisted and surged, wrapping itself around the alien ship like water around a stone. Then, in a pulse that rattled the floor, it struck the vessel. The alien ship shuddered violently, but didn't explode. Instead, it hovered, frozen, its weapons locked in an eerie stasis. Marcus exhaled sharply. "It's holding them back. For now." Kira looked at him, eyes wide with a mixture of fear and awe. "What? Why help us?" "I don't know," Marcus admitted, voice low. "But I'll find out. And right now, that might be our only chance." The command center fell silent for a heartbeat as everyone watched the shimmer of the alien energy. It was beautiful, terrifying, unpredictable. Marcus's hand hovered over the comm panel. Decisions now would shape the survival of billions. Then the creature pulsed one last time, sending a shockwave through the orbital grid. Systems flickered, lights danced, and a telepathic whisper echoed again, "The trial has begun." Marcus's stomach dropped. Trial? What trial? Who, or what, was judging them? The alien ship didn't move, yet the threat felt closer than ever. He clenched his jaw and turned to Kira. "Prepare the hidden fleet. If this is a test, humanity won't fail." Outside, the night sky burned with energy and light. The galaxy had noticed Earth. And for the first time, the human race would respond, not as prey but as predators hiding in plain sight. But Marcus didn't know the half of it. Something far stranger was coming, something that would force every human skill, every ounce of courage to its limit. And it was already watching. The calm didn't last. Marcus's relief, brief as it was, vanished the instant the first distress signals reached the command center. Colonies on 3 continents reported simultaneous strikes. Cities lit up in explosions visible even from orbit. Humanity's outer defenses were collapsing, and Marcus knew the enemy would not stop until Earth itself was shattered. "Kira," Marcus said, voice steady but urgent, "we have to make them believe we're still weak. Let them overextend." Kira's fingers flew over the controls. "Partial coverage on the shields. We can't protect everyone, but we can funnel them toward the traps." Marcus nodded. His mind raced, connecting the dots faster than the panic rising in the room. Track every energy pulse from that creature. If it's intelligent, it's observing patterns, learning. We use that. We force them to make mistakes. A junior officer shouted, "Sir, another fleet appears near the Martian colonies. They're fast, way faster than any ship we have." Marcus gritted his teeth. Humanity's technology was advanced, yes, but nothing in the known galaxy could match these invaders' speed and firepower. And yet, Earth had survived centuries under the guise of weakness. That disguise had to hold one more day, or one more hour, or billions would die. "Divert all remaining fighters to Mars," Marcus ordered. "Set up ambush points along the orbital paths. Draw them in close. We don't fight them straight, we make them vulnerable." Kira hesitated. "That's risky. If the ambush fails, they'll tear through the colonies before we can react." Marcus's jaw tightened. "I know. But hesitation is death. Trust me, we have one shot and we take it." The room went silent as everyone worked with precision. Marcus moved from console to console, giving orders, calculating odds, adjusting power allocations. Every move had meaning. Every second counted. Humanity could not afford a single error. Suddenly one of the screens blinked. A familiar shimmer rippled across the display, the energy creature. It hovered near Mars now, its light bending like liquid metal. Marcus froze for half a second, then leaned forward. "It's here again," he whispered. "It's watching but it's not attacking. Not yet." Kira swallowed. "Do you think it's helping us?" "I don't know," Marcus admitted. "But if it's observing, it can't interfere too much. That means we have to act fast and smart." He traced a finger across the holographic map. "The alien ships follow predictable paths. They think we're panicking. That's the trap. We hit them where they think we're weak, where we're most exposed." The first ambush was set. A small human fleet lay in wait near the asteroid belt, hidden among dense clusters of rock. Marcus's heart pounded as he transmitted the orders. Every pilot knew the stakes. Every life hung in balance. Then the unexpected happened. One of the outer ships, tasked with luring the alien scouts, stopped transmitting. Marcus's stomach dropped. He ordered a probe launch. The feed showed a terrifying sight. The alien ship had fired a pulse that disintegrated the smaller vessel before it could even dodge. Marcus clenched his fists. Humanity had underestimated their speed again. "Recalculate intercept angles," he barked. "No hesitation. No mistakes. We adapt. That's how we survive." The alien scouts approached the ambush zone. Marcus's small fleet waited, silent as predators. And then, at the last possible moment, Marcus gave the order, "Engage." The human ships surged forward, firing concentrated plasma bursts. The alien scouts twisted, surprised by the sudden attack. A few ships exploded spectacularly, sending fire and metal raining through the void. Cheers erupted in the command center, but Marcus silenced them with a raised hand. "Not done," he said. "The main fleet is coming. We need to finish this fast." Another pulse from the energy creature rippled through the field, distorting space around the aliens. Their weapons misfired, systems overloaded. Marcus caught his breath. It was a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. Humanity had scored its first real hit. "Kira, did you see that?" "It's giving us openings," Marcus said, eyes scanning the monitors. "We exploit every one of them. Every single one." But the relief was short-lived. Sensors screamed warnings again. A massive warship, bigger than anything humanity had ever encountered, emerged from behind an asteroid cluster. Its silhouette blotted out the stars. Marcus's heart sank. "They saved their worst for last," Kira said, voice trembling. Marcus didn't flinch. He leaned over the console, mind racing. "We'll meet it on our terms. Divert all remaining energy to the orbital cannons. Aim for the engines. Disable it before it reaches Earth." As the orders went out, Marcus allowed himself a brief glance at the flickering light in orbit, the energy creature. It pulsed once, slowly, almost like a heartbeat, then vanished. And with it went the tiny sense of hope he'd clung to. "Sir," a communications officer shouted, voice panicked, "we're losing grid stability. If that ship reaches Earth's orbit." Marcus cut him off. "Then we make it reach a mistake. Humanity doesn't surrender. Not today. Not ever." Outside the command center, Earth's surface quaked as alien strikes hit farther cities. But the hidden human fleet struck harder, exploiting every flaw, every hesitation, every miscalculation. The galaxy thought Earth was weak. That illusion was about to shatter. And then the alien flagship pulsed a strange light, sending a wave across the human fleet. Systems flickered. Weapons jammed. A voice, or a thought, echoed across Marcus's mind, "You cannot win, yet." Marcus's jaw tightened. "We'll see about that," he muttered. His eyes locked on the enemy. Humanity's greatest test had begun, and for the first time, the galaxy would realize how dangerous pretending to be weak could be. The flagship surged forward, faster than anyone expected, and Marcus realized with a jolt that the next seconds would decide more than battles. They would decide the fate of humanity itself. The alien flagship split into dozens of smaller vessels, darting like metallic sharks around the hidden human fleet. Marcus's heart pounded. Every instinct screamed danger, but every second of hesitation would cost lives. "Kira, divide our firepower," he shouted. "Target the fastest units first. Don't let them flank us." The human ships responded instantly, plasma bolts streaking across space. The smaller alien crafts twisted unpredictably, avoiding hits with uncanny precision. Yet Marcus noticed a pattern, tiny, almost imperceptible, like a rhythm in their movement. "They're following a sequence," Marcus muttered, eyes narrowing. "Not random, predictable if we decode it fast enough." Kira's fingers flew over the console, tracing the ship's movements. "I see it, sir. If we fire in synchronized pulses, we can overload their formation." "Do it," Marcus ordered. "Every shot must count." The first synchronized volley hit. Several alien vessels erupted into fire, fragments spinning into the void. Cheers broke out in the human fleet, but Marcus silenced them with a sharp gesture. "Stay focused. That's just the first wave." As the alien fleet faltered, a new shock hit. One of the vessels, larger than the rest, detached and accelerated straight toward Earth's orbital command. It was carrying something, he could sense it even through the sensor noise. "Sir, it's a transport," Kira said, voice tight. "It's heading for the planet's surface. They're deploying something." Marcus slammed his palm on the console. "Not on my watch. Prep the intercept squadron. I'll lead the boarding mission myself." The hidden fleet fell in line, their speed boosted by Marcus's rapid recalculations. As he approached the alien transport, he noticed something odd, a faint shimmer like the energy creature's signature trailing the vessel. It wasn't attacking, they were being watched, guided, maybe even tested. "Strange," Marcus muttered. "We're not just fighting, they're curious about us." Docking lines locked. Marcus and his boarding team entered the alien vessel, weapons raised. The interior was unlike any machine he had seen. Walls flowed with light, circuits of energy that almost seemed alive. A soft hum pulsed under his feet, resonating through his chest. Then the central chamber opened. Inside floated a sphere of glowing energy, the same type as the creature they had seen in orbit. It hovered above a console where an alien officer, humanoid in shape but transparent, filled with shifting light, was struggling to maintain control. Marcus's mind raced. This is a command interface. And they're fighting it. He realized that the alien fleet's precision had been partly mechanical, partly guided by this strange energy. If he could control the sphere, he could turn their weapons against them, or at least stop them from deploying whatever they were sending to Earth. Kira's voice crackled through his earpiece. "Marcus, can you interface with it? That thing, it's alive." Marcus hesitated for less than a heartbeat. He reached out. As his hand passed through the sphere, a shockwave of sensation struck him. Visions of alien formations, battle strategies, and timelines compressed into seconds. The sphere wasn't just a tool, it was intelligence, and it was testing him. "Who are you?" a voice echoed in his mind. "Why do you intervene?" Marcus steadied himself. "I am human," he said firmly. "And I protect my people." The sphere pulsed once, responding. Then, in a cascade of light, it extended control over the transport, freezing its deployment mechanisms. The alien officer struggled, then dissolved into energy, leaving the ship inert. Marcus exhaled sharply. Small victory, but he knew the stakes had only grown. The fleet outside wouldn't wait. And yet, humanity had learned something vital. The aliens relied on the energy creature for coordination, and that dependency could be exploited. Kira's voice came again. Sir? The fleet's movement, it's changing. The pulse sequences, they're erratic now. Your interface, it disrupted them. Marcus allowed himself a grim smile. Good. Now they'll make mistakes. The fleet outside erupted into chaos. Ships collided, misfired, and slowed as Marcus's interface scrambled their guidance systems. Humanity's hidden strength, its ingenuity and adaptability, had turned the tide for the first time. But the moment of triumph was fleeting. A new pulse, stronger and more deliberate than before, hit the fleet. Marcus staggered, feeling the weight of it in his chest. The energy creature, was it testing him? Warning him? Or preparing something else? Kira, Marcus said, voice low but urgent. We've bought time, but that sphere, it's not done with us. I can feel it. We have to be ready for whatever comes next. Kira's eyes were wide. Sir, what is it? I don't know, he admitted. But I'll find out. And whatever it is, humanity will survive. Outside, the alien fleet began regrouping, faster than Marcus expected. But now they were reacting to human strategies, not dictating the pace. For the first time, the galaxy was starting to underestimate humanity's resolve, and that mistake could be deadly. And then, in a flash across the void, Marcus saw it. A distant signal from deep space, pulsing with the same iridescent energy. The sphere had sent it, an invitation, a challenge, or perhaps a warning. He didn't know which. Marcus clenched his jaw, eyes on the stars. Whatever it is, we're ready. But deep in his gut, he felt it. The galaxy had only just begun to test Earth. And the real trial, the one that would push humanity beyond every limit, was still waiting out there, among the stars. The alien fleet surged toward Earth like a living storm. Marcus watched from the command bridge, jaw tight, mind racing. Every human ship was firing, dodging, weaving, yet the enemy moved with terrifying precision. The hidden fleet had bought time, but the galaxy's response was relentless. Kira, Marcus barked, we've got one shot. All remaining energy to the quantum cannons. I want that flagship disabled before it reaches Earth orbit. Do you copy? Copy, sir. Kira replied, fingers flying. The hum of power grew louder as energy diverted from every reserve, every orbital station into the cannons. The very air inside the command center seemed to crackle with tension. Marcus's gaze shifted to the holographic display. The alien flagship pulsed ominously, engines glowing bright enough to light up the void. Around it, smaller ships swarmed, attempting to flank the human fleet. It's too fast for conventional attack, Marcus muttered. We have to board it, and fast. Sir, boarding? Kira asked, disbelief in her voice. That's suicide. Marcus's eyes burned. Not if we can disrupt their systems from the inside. Humanity doesn't surrender. Not today. Within minutes, Marcus and a strike team were aboard stealth pods, launched toward the flagship. The pods streaked through space, cloaked against enemy sensors. Outside, plasma bolts lit the void, exploding nearby with thunderous force. Marcus's heart pounded, but his mind remained sharp. Every second mattered. Every calculation could save billions of lives. The pods docked silently. Marcus led the team inside, weapons raised, adrenaline sharpening every sense. The interior of the flagship pulsed with living energy, walls shimmering like liquid metal, floors vibrating as if alive. The ship wasn't just a vessel, it was an organism, and they were intruders. Marcus took a deep breath. Stay sharp. Every corner, every shadow could be a weapon. Move. They advanced toward the central command chamber. The energy creature appeared again, briefly this time, a ribbon of light winding through the corridors. It pulsed as if acknowledging Marcus, almost guiding him, but vanished before they could touch it. Inside the chamber, the alien officer from the previous battle hovered, a massive form of energy and light, now fully controlling the flagship. Systems hummed violently around it, weapons charging automatically. One misstep and the human team would be vaporized. Marcus assessed quickly. The officer relied on constant mental input to manage the fleet. If he could disrupt its focus, the flagship would lose control. He signaled to the team. Split. Distract it. Force it to divide attention. The team fanned out. Marcus moved closer, hand trembling slightly as he reached for the sphere of energy that seemed to anchor the alien officer's control. As he touched it, a wave of sensation slammed into his mind. Alien calculations, battle sequences, star maps. But also, emotions. Fear. Determination. A strange empathy. Why do you interfere? The officer's voice thundered in his mind. I interfere because we survive, Marcus thought back, forcing his own clarity into the alien's flood of information. Because humans will not yield. Because we protect our own. The sphere pulsed violently. Systems outside flickered, weapons jammed, smaller vessels collided with each other. Humanity's hidden fleet outside seized the advantage, striking back with precise, lethal volleys. The alien fleet was faltering, and Marcus felt the pulse of the sphere resonate with his determination. Suddenly, alarms blared. One of Marcus's closest allies, Lieutenant Rian, shouted over comms, "Sir, shield's failing. The core is overloading." Marcus's heart lurched. The flagship was about to detonate. Without hesitation, he sprinted toward the central core, his suit thrumming with the energy from the alien systems. Rian followed, helping reroute critical power conduits. Every step was a gamble, every second could mean death. Marcus reached the core. His hands flew over the alien interface. He redirected energy, using his understanding of human logic and the alien's reliance on the sphere to stabilize the systems. Sparks flew. Floors vibrated violently. The chamber shook. "Hold it," Marcus shouted. "Rian now." Rian slammed the final override switch. The core stabilized. The flagship shuddered, then went still. Outside, the human fleet cheered as alien ships began to retreat, disorganized and damaged. Humanity had won the immediate battle. But the victory came with a cost. Rian collapsed, unconscious from the overload. Marcus staggered beside him, breathing hard. His body ached. His mind raced with relief and dread at once. Then the energy creature pulsed again, brighter, sharper, almost impatient. A voice echoed in Marcus's mind, calm but ominous. "You are strong, but the trial has only begun." Marcus's stomach tightened. The creature was not an ally nor an enemy, it was a test. And the galaxy, as vast and unpredictable as it was, still held challenges they could not yet comprehend. He looked at the fleet outside, battered but alive. Humanity had shown courage and intelligence prevailing against impossible odds. But the stars beyond whispered of trials yet unseen. Marcus clenched his fists. Humanity had won this battle. The galaxy had yet to see the full strength of the human spirit. A signal blinked from the edge of known space, pulsing in the same iridescent energy as the creature. Marcus stared at it, knowing instinctively that the next challenge would come from there, larger, stranger, and deadlier. "Prepare for the next wave," he said to Kira, voice firm. "Whatever comes, humanity will face it, and we will survive." The camera of his mind's eye traced the distant pulse, a line of light stretching toward the unknown. Marcus knew one thing for certain. Earth's hidden strength was no longer a secret. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. The dust of battle hung in space like a cloud of shattered stars. Marcus floated on the command bridge, chest heaving, fingers trembling but steady as he scanned the aftermath. The alien fleet had retreated, broken and disorganized. Humanity had survived against impossible odds, but the cost was visible everywhere. Kira moved beside him, face pale but eyes bright with determination. "Sir, we did it. Earth, we really did it." Marcus shook his head slightly, though a faint smile crept across his lips. "We survived today, Kira. But survival isn't the same as victory. We've proven our strength, but the galaxy, it hasn't forgotten us." The human fleet slowly regrouped, repairing damage and accounting for losses. Marcus watched as smaller ships salvaged wreckage from destroyed alien crafts. Every crew member he passed had dirt, soot, and blood on their face, but in their eyes was the same fire that had carried humanity through centuries of quiet preparation. Then the energy creature appeared again, not in orbit this time, but hovering silently above the command bridge. Its light was softer now, almost gentle, but the power it radiated was undeniable. Marcus held his gaze, sensing its intelligence, its purpose. "You are strong," the creature whispered in his mind. "But strength alone is not enough. Wisdom, courage, compassion, these define you." Marcus exhaled. "We'll continue to learn. We'll be ready." The creature pulsed once, brighter than before, and a thin stream of energy shot outward, connecting with the remaining alien ships. They stuttered, halted mid-flight, and then drifted aimlessly, disabled but intact. Humanity's ingenuity had combined with the subtle guidance of the unknown being to avert complete annihilation. Kira's voice broke the silence. "Sir, look at the colonies. Damage is extensive, but lives were saved because of your decisions. Every strategic choice you made mattered." Marcus turned toward the viewport, staring at the glowing blue and green orb of Earth below. Cities flickered with emergency lights, rivers of smoke rising from damaged zones. And yet the planet had not fallen. Humanity had hidden its true strength, and in doing so had survived a challenge the galaxy thought impossible. But the celebration was quiet, somber. Lieutenant Rian lay in the medical bay, still unconscious after his sacrifice to stabilize the flagship's core. Marcus thought of the countless lives Rian's courage had saved. A lump formed in his throat, but he forced himself to focus. Humanity's story was only beginning. "Prepare a message for the colonies," Marcus said. "We reveal our hidden strength, not as a threat but as a warning. We survive, we endure, and we protect our own." As the crew worked, Marcus felt a subtle vibration in his mind, the energy creature again. Its voice carried something new this time. "Your trial has ended, for now. Greater challenges await beyond this system. The galaxy will test you, but you are prepared." Marcus's eyes narrowed. Prepared, but not invincible. Not yet. And that's fine. Humanity has never relied on invincibility. Only courage, intelligence, and heart. The alien ships drifted into orbit one last time before retreating completely. Marcus knew they would report their defeat, and humanity's cunning, to their allies. The galaxy had been watching, and now Earth's true power was no longer a secret. Kira stepped beside him, placing a hand on his shoulder. "So what now, Marcus? Do we prepare for their return?" He shook his head, eyes still fixed on the stars. "We don't just prepare. We evolve. We learn from today. We plan for tomorrow. And we shine, every time we're underestimated." The crew of the command bridge worked quietly, repairing systems, sharing small victories. Each life saved, each alien vessel disabled, each calculated risk taken had built a mosaic of triumph against odds no one thought possible. Marcus watched them and felt pride swelling in his chest. Humanity had won, but it had also been tested, and had risen to the challenge. Outside, the void of space seemed calm, almost deceptively peaceful. Marcus's gaze drifted to the edge of the system, toward a faint pulse of energy streaking from deep beyond known space, the same iridescent glow as the creature. Its movement was deliberate, a signal that humanity's trial was far from over. He turned to Kira. "Tell the fleet. Stay vigilant. That pulse, it's a warning. Or maybe an invitation. Either way, it's the next step. Humanity cannot falter now." Kira nodded, understanding the weight behind his words. "Then we'll be ready, sir." Marcus took one final glance at Earth, blue and fragile against the infinite darkness. The planet had survived because of human ingenuity, courage, and unbreakable resolve. And humanity had proven something the galaxy could never ignore. The human spirit was not to be underestimated. The energy creature shimmered one last time, then vanished, leaving only a lingering warmth and the knowledge that something far larger and stranger awaited. Marcus clenched his fists. Humanity had faced the impossible, and had won. But beyond the stars, a challenge greater than any before was calling. "Humanity is ready," Marcus whispered to himself, "and we will not fail." Outside the viewport, the distant pulse continued, splitting into multiple threads, stretching toward uncharted systems. The stars ahead glowed with unknown dangers and unimaginable possibilities. Marcus knew the next battle was coming, and he welcomed it. Humanity would rise. Always. And somewhere in the distance the galaxy waited, and for the first time, it feared what Earth could truly do. The energy pulse spreads into unknown systems, faint and deliberate. A voice echoes in Marcus's mind one final time. "This is only the beginning. The real test lies beyond the stars."